Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Erin and I'll be doing your weekend energies by reading all 12 signs back to back. I just wanted to thank everyone who has subscribed to the channel. It was important to me to take a moment and make sure that you all knew how much I appreciate you, which is very much. Now, let's get to your weekend reading, starting with our Capricorns. So, with our Capricorns this week, we are starting with the Hierophant, the Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. So, with the Hierophant starting everything out, the Hierophant represents guidance and tradition. So, in this point, maybe this weekend you might be taking a spiritual journey. The Hierophant, even though it represents guidance and tradition, it also represents religion or becoming more spiritual. So Sunday is generally a day for church, but I'm thinking it might not be that. It might just being open. If you're watching this channel, we already know that you are spiritual. You're someone who's open to what the spirits are saying to me through the cards. So perhaps it's going to be one of those types of weekends. Capricorn, you are very loyal and you are very, very industrious and ambitious. So taking the opportunity to see more of your spiritual side, see what can be done in that vein. We've also got the Nine of Swords, and with the Nine of Swords, we know that one is the situation where you feel like you are battling with your mind and something is bothering you this weekend. So having that spiritual guide and knowing that you're going to be more open to things that are in the spiritual realm, it's probably going to help you with that, because the Nine of Swords is causing you some anxiety and some stress. That would be your challenge, overcoming that whatever is bothering you this weekend. So it's still possible to be a positive weekend, but I think it's going to be a soul-searching weekend for you, and you are going to come to terms with something that has been nagging at you. So a very accomplished weekend. You're going to be able to get it together, figure out what to do, and possibly asking for some help from your spiritual leader, someone who you think is already in tune to those types of things. I could see that happening for you. And then with the Ten of Cups, we know that this represents love and happiness and joy. You feel like you're going to be living a purposeful life. So all of these things coming together means that you will find some clarity this weekend. Definitely if you seek the help of someone. Like I said, it doesn't have to be clergy or a true spiritual leader, but just someone who you feel is already there. Someone who you feel like if they give you their input, it's going to help you figure out what's causing doubts and fears in your life, going to get you to the point where you are actually able to move forward and then bring that joy into your life, give your life more purpose, and just you're going to feel better about yourself. So a great weekend to start your week. You're going to be getting yourself together spiritually, emotionally, and getting rid of some fears and some doubts that have been bothering you. So good for you, Capricorn. Very happy for that. And hope that you do seek out help this weekend. You're supposed to be asking for help from someone, so do definitely take advantage of that. Now we have our Virgos, and we know our Virgos are very critical, so let's see what they are saying for you this weekend. So we're starting out with the Magician. Great card, and very, very positive as far as intuition, being able to create. So this weekend is going to be the weekend that you should maybe take care of a project you've been wanting to do. Definitely see that. And then with the Two of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. So definitely an emotional weekend. With the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups we know represents love and most of the time a new emotional experience, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. And we know with the Magician, that's just giving you that positive condition for anything you choose to do this weekend. So a romantic weekend possibly, or just a weekend that you spend with loved ones, people you know love you and know care for you. And then with the Eight of Pentacles is thinking about skilled work and a new opportunity for advancement. So with that Eight of Pentacles, along with the other cards, I would say that this is possibly a new romance or a new love interest, new, maybe not even a new love interest because you have the Magician there. So just giving you positive action toward whatever you set your mind to. But I'm thinking with that Two of Cups, it's going to be with someone, someone that you care about. So the skilled work, perhaps this is going to be someone who you've been wanting to get together with. That's what I'm thinking. With even though it's a Pentacles, which is typically a money card, and we've got that emotion in the Two of Cups saying that it's love and possibly a new relationship or a new love or a new emotional relationship. So this might be mentoring with someone. If you've been wanting to get together with someone who you know has a trait or has a trade that you've been wanting to get into, that's where that Pentacles could come in. So maybe this is the opportunity to learn something new and with someone who you admire. Doesn't always have to be love, it could be just emotional. So someone you admire, Virgo, you're going to be learning something that will cause you to get a new trade, a new skill, but it's going to be very, very easy for you. It's going to be something that you really want to do, and it's going to be someone that you're really thrilled to get some time with, to get to spend time with. So Virgo, you're going to learn something new with someone you really admire. So look out for that this weekend. Next, we have our Taurus, and our Tauruses, and our Tauruses are very generous and very patient. So let's see what the weekend is holding for you. We start with the Moon. Then we have the Emperor. And we have the Ten of Swords. So starting out with the Moon does represent dreams and visions. So a weekend maybe to be more creative, just in general. Be more creative this weekend, Taurus. Think outside your box. Think outside your critical thinking. Be willing to, go with what you've been dreaming about, either literal dreams or something that you've just been dreaming that you would get to do. This weekend is going to be for that. The Emperor, with the Emperor, we know that the Emperor represents leadership and structure. Usually an Aries figures very prominently with that card. So maybe we're seeking out an Aries to help us with this. It's leadership. So I don't think they're going to tell you what to do, though. I think that you're going to get some insight from an Aries who acts as that Emperor and is going to help you experiment with your dreams, help you bring your visions to life. And then we have the Ten of Swords. So, of course, we have a little challenge this weekend, Taurus. And with the Ten of Swords, that's representing the end of troubles. So, and feeling peaceful, feeling like there's no conflict, everything is going well. So apparently whatever it is you are going to try to do this weekend with something that you've been thinking about, a vision, something that just appeals to you, everything is going to work out to your advantage. It's going to become a victory, and this person that you're looking to for that leadership and the help with it, they are going to be victorious as well. They are definitely going to help you with that. For you, Taurus, I'm thinking that It might actually be something that you have been thinking about, and this weekend you're going to take action on it. And it might just happen that this person is available this weekend. They're going to be probably the driving force and why you decide to go through with it. And it's going to be something possibly with the Ten of Swords. It also speaks to something that you may not necessarily feel is a victory, but it is in fact the end of, like it says, the end of a problem, the end of troubles. So that says that whatever you're going for this weekend, with the help you're going to receive, you are actually going to be successful with it. But it's probably something that you've tried before. So think about things that you've tried before, Taurus, and let's see how that works out. See if the new person you ask, the Emperor, see if the Emperor can help you this time. Now we have our Aries, and Aries are always enthusiastic, even in the face of something negative. So let's see. Well, we're starting out with the Knight of Pentacles. So we're talking about money already, and that's always a good thing, especially now that gas costs so much. It's a good thing money is in your weekend, Aries. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we also have the Eight of Wands. So an action card, a money card, and then we have a strong standalone card, the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, of course, we know means that you're just going to be able to roll with it. Whatever comes to you this weekend, you're going to be able to meet the challenge with no problem. The Knight of Pentacles, with the Knight of Pentacles, we know that it's usually talking about good luck on the horizon for money or career. So that's saying that it really is speaking to money. Something that happens for you this weekend is going to encourage more good luck for money and career. So perhaps something that you have been thinking about doing career-wise. Usually when I have the Pentacles, I think of career. Perhaps this weekend is going to be the weekend that you change that. And since Wands are an action suit, the Eight of Wands does speak to changes and opportunities, but being able to do all of the things that you want to do all at once. So this weekend, though that you have the changes, it may represent travel as well. So who wouldn't want to get away for the weekend? So Aries, I see you probably getting away for the weekend. It's something that is going to improve your situation financially. So even though you're taking a trip this weekend or you're traveling, it might just be somewhere close by. Maybe a trip to the mountains, maybe a retreat, or like I've mentioned before, doing volunteer work. Volunteer work is really a really good way to stand out at work, to stand out in your community. Great way to meet new people. It's not necessarily bringing you more money, but it does bring you stature. So that could very well be what it is. But that changes, and being able to make things happen all at once, more than one thing. And the Wheel of Fortune definitely speaks to the fact that things are going to be moving this weekend. You're going to be doing all sorts of things. So not just the volunteer work that I'm thinking of, just things that are going to improve your financial situation, but are fun. I mean, this is the weekend. And, since you have that enthusiastic and impulsive nature, it could be any number of things. But definitely, if you're feeling like you want to do something in a volunteer way or something that can benefit you, Aries, definitely go for it this weekend. I see it happening. All right, now we have our Sagittariuses. So being idealistic this weekend, I hope, has something good for you, something coming up that is definitely what you would like to see happen. So we have Judgment, Ten of Wands, and the Two of Swords. So a nice big standalone card, a power card there with Judgment. And of course, Judgment speaks more to yourself. So being able to look inside yourself to see what you want to change, what you think of how you're approaching your life. So I see with that, just that this might be a weekend for thinking about how you are perceived by other people. Not just self-assessment, but looking at trying to see yourself from the outside. So possibly a soul-searching weekend for you. You have challenge and you have action in your weekend. So with the Ten of Wands, your action card, the Ten of Wands is where you have that danger that you could become a workaholic, or you have trouble balancing your life with your work. And being undisciplined, that is in your nature, but I'm thinking that in this case, work is definitely something that you have no problem being disciplined in. But because it is the weekend, hopefully that gives you some fuel to not give in to that work, work, work attitude and perhaps just too much work you've been doing. So this weekend is relaxation. Like I said, a soul searching, just a very zen weekend for you. And then with your challenge card, it is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords, it means that it represents a time of indecision, but choices that need to be made. So I'm thinking this is a soul-searching weekend, and you are just trying to make some choices about things you've been thinking about. So this might not be a frivolous weekend. Seems like it's going to be a serious weekend where you are taking the time to really look inside yourself, like introspective weekend. So possibly time alone. That's usually the easiest way to get clarity, or spending that time over the weekend, making sure this weekend maybe you see some people that help you assess yourself or give you honest opinions. So honesty, self-assessment, and just being able to balance yourself. Make sure that when you go to work this following week, make sure that you are actually taking the time to say, have I given myself enough time to be on my own? So that's what I'm seeing for you, Sagittarius. All right. So for our Leos, and our Leos are very passionate and definitely self-assured, know what's going on. So we're starting out with Justice, a nice strong power card. Then we have Temperance, another power card, and the Five of Pentacles. So with these power cards, and you notice there's women on both of them. So some strong women are coming into the picture this weekend for you, Leo. And we know with Justice, Justice is very much connected to our Libras. So possibly a Libra is going to be part of your weekend this weekend, and someone who is going to help you definitely know the difference between right and wrong, balancing your karma, making sure that you are thinking about what you're doing before you do it. So, and of course, Justice also represents legality. So definitely make sure that whatever you're doing this weekend, I would say don't drink and drive, but we all know don't drink and drive. But this weekend in particular, Leo, maybe you should pay a little bit more heed to things that are legal. Listen to your friends, especially if you have any female friends that are very strongly opinionated, which Libras are. But you also have the Temperance, so you're going to be able to do that balance and moderation for yourself. So between you and this female influence, or this strong sense of right and wrong, this fairness that you're going to be feeling this weekend speaks very, very much to Temperance. So a very, maybe a mellow weekend for you, and maybe that sense of what's right and wrong, really being in tune with your karma this weekend. So, I don't know, with that Temperance and the balance, maybe you're going to be helping someone this week with a problem that they have. Now with the Five of Pentacles, this money card is speaking to a sense of insecurity and financial loss. That's the Five of Pentacles. We know that's what it usually represents. So I'm thinking that it's not for you though. I'm thinking this is for the person that you're going to be helping someone else make a decision. And perhaps this Libra or this person who is representing your justice this weekend is going to be right there along with you. So this is a weekend that you're going to be helping someone else to make a decision that's going to bring everyone more financial benefit. So not sure if that means like a move. I actually have a friend who's getting ready to move and she's having some financial issues. So Leo, perhaps that's what you're going to do. You're going to be someone's voice of reason and help them out of a financial bind. So good luck, Leo. It's a very noble endeavor. And now we have Aquarius. So our Aquariuses, very sociable. So let's see what happens for you this weekend. So right away, we get the Queen of Cups, a high emotion card. We have the Ace of Wands, a very high action card. And we have the Five of Cups. So some emotion going on for our Aquariuses this weekend. You can also be very detached. So it's good to see that the Queen of Cups and the Five of Cups are coming up for you. So with the Queen of Cups, we know that she represents compassion and having a strong psychic connection with someone. The Five of Cups is actually speaking to a release of old emotions. So this weekend, an emotional weekend for you, Aquarius. Not so detached though. I think that letting go of something that's old to be able to embrace something new, and then having the compassion and being connected to someone, this weekend is going to be, I don't know why, but I'm feeling like it's going to be with your loved one, someone who you are very close to. Being able, maybe even having had a grudge is going to be released this weekend and allow you to have, and because you've had that compassion, you've taken time to think about what happened between the two of you, and now you're going to be able to move past it. So this weekend is going to be a healing weekend for you and someone who you care very much about. The Ace of Wands is speaking of inspiration and potential new beginnings. So that definitely they all speak to each other. This is going to be a weekend for new beginnings, a weekend for healing, letting go of old ghosts and old problems. So a very spiritually productive, a very emotionally productive weekend for you, Aquarius. And you're intuitive on your own. We know this. So you're going to feel like this is the time. This weekend is finally going to be the time for you to do that, to reach out to someone who you care very much about and make that work. Get past something that's been bothering you, something that's been bothering them, something that has been hindering that relationship. And I feel like this is the weekend it's going to be healed. With that, the Ace of Wands, that high action card, expansion and growth, you're going to move past this. So very good feeling for you, Aquarius, with these emotional cards. And that action card you have is just speaking to get her done. Take care of it. Make sure that you make a point to contact this person or persons and definitely try to mend that fence. So good feelings all around for our Aquarius this weekend. All right, now we have our Geminis, and with our Geminis, very inquisitive and very able to go with the flow. So let's see what the cards have for you, our Geminis. So we start with the Knight of Swords. So we started with a high card in challenges. We have the Devil, who we know represents taking care of our inner urges and being more able to work with them. And then we have the Three of Wands. So actually those are really good cards to have together. We have the Three of Wands, which is our action card, the Knight of Swords, which is our challenge card, and then the Devil. And we know that the Devil is speaking to being able to control your being impulsive, but being able to control them. And so with our Geminis, we know that that is actually part of the part of the issue. Being inquisitive as you are, being able to let go and say, I want to try this. Well, the devil is saying that maybe this weekend, rein it in a little bit. Take some time to think about what it is you're going to do. We also remember that the devil is deeply rooted with the sign of Capricorn. So we might be working that out with the Capricorn this weekend. With the Knight of Swords being acting rashly and doing things without thinking about the outcome. Again, the devil is saying, be careful of that this weekend, Gemini. Do not just rush into something. You cannot just jump into it. You need to think about it before you do it. Very important. Then your action card, the Three of Wands, just speaking to the fact that initiative will pay off. You're going to be creative with your problem solving. So all of them working together, knowing that you're going to have to look before you leap. And you are definitely going to need to have that foresight to not do something too soon. And the devil is forewarning. It's warning you again. Be careful with what you do this weekend. Not saying you can't have a great time, that you can't go out and do just about anything you want to do as long as it doesn't hurt anybody and it's legal. But you're definitely going to be keeping a mindful eye on yourself. And possibly a Capricorn will be helping you do that. But this weekend is a look before you leap weekend. It's definitely something that you're thinking about that maybe you haven't done yet because you have been concerned about what the outcome will be. Definitely continue to think about that outcome and then, act accordingly. But if it's something that you're really feeling strongly about, I would say you should definitely think about it first, maybe even get some advice. And like I said, this could be that Capricorn coming in to keep you from doing something that could cause you detriment later, Gemini. And now we have our Libras. I always enjoy reading Libra because that speaks to me. I'm a Libra myself. So we are very diplomatic and we're very amenable. So we try to get along and do things that everyone's going to like, be fair all the way across the board. And lo and behold, we start out with an emotional card with the Nine of Cups. Oh, wow. We have the Six of Cups and we have the Three of Cups. So Libra is going to have a very emotional weekend. Very interesting that they're all cups. So the Nine of Cups is referring to feeling like your wishes have been fulfilled. Happiness and just contentment is very dominant right now. So you are very pleased. This weekend is going to bring you just contentment, and that sounds great to me. Also with the Six of Cups, happiness, and this is the one where you are feeling nostalgic. You're feeling like your past is a positive influence. I like to use that expression because it's very good. It means that things that you're doing now, you realize that the things from your past are causing those to happen and making you who you are today. I personally was just sharing old pictures with some coworkers, and it ended up being a day where we all had our phones out. We work someplace where we can have our phones out. We all had our phones out and we were sharing pictures, and it was making everybody so happy. So definitely that's the kind of weekend I think that you're going to have this week in Libra. And of course the Three of Cups speaks to friendship and celebrations, just feeling rejuvenated physically and emotionally. So this weekend is going to give you all the power you need, probably for the whole month. I would say that you're going to feel so rejuvenated and so just rested and ready to take on any emotional or physical problems that you are. This weekend's going to be just great, whether it be just laying around, whether it be hanging out with friends. Definitely going to be doing some, not necessarily reunions, but you're going to be doing some, just looking back into what made you who you are today. And so very emotional weekend, but very zen-y weekend. And just full of happiness and love. Your friends are going to be around. So maybe it's going to be a veg with your friends weekend or game night. Have a game night, Libra. You know you love that. Everybody loves games. So have some friends over, especially if it's somebody you haven't seen in a while. I'd say with this Six of Cups that's talking about your past as a positive experience, Call old friends. Call your family. Somebody you haven't seen in a long time, see them this weekend, Libra. I really think that it's going to be to your benefit. Because of that Three of Cups, I'm thinking it's friends, but you know, I'm good friends with my brothers. So you could call your brothers, your sisters, somebody you haven't seen in a long time though, because the 6 is saying that you need to reflect on your past for something fun to come out of this weekend. So reflect on your past and enjoy everything this weekend, Libra. It's going to be a very beautiful weekend for you. Now we have our Cancers, and we know our Cancers are very protective and very tenacious. So, and as I said about brothers, I have a brother who is a who is a Cancer, and he is very much that description. And we're starting out with the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is actually a high card in the money suit, and we have the Seven of Swords in our challenge suit. Then we have the King of Swords in our challenge suit. So considerable amount of challenge this weekend for our Cancers. So let's start with the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles speaks of economic power, but just that sense of economic power. So you are going to feel like you're in charge of your money this weekend. I don't know why I'm feeling this, but I'm feeling a seminar. Oh, yes, I want to spend my weekend at a seminar. Raise your hand. But I'm thinking that's what it is, a seminar about how to handle your money, because that's the best way to have power, is to know how to handle what you already have. And since it is the card that speaks to finances, I would say a seminar about money. And the best time to go to a seminar is on the weekend. You have plenty of time to go. You don't have to ask for time off from work. So I'm seeing something involving learning how to control your money, Cancer. This is the weekend that you are going to start something. Maybe you're going to go to the bank. You're going to start a 401k or learn more about the stock market. But this is a money weekend for you, Cancer. Take advantage of that. Your challenge cards, your Seven of Swords and your King of Swords. The Seven of Swords speaks to clarity and strategy. So again, money, control your money. This weekend, you're going to do something that is going to help you control your money, get your financial strategy together. And then with the King of Swords, the King of Swords is speaking of analysis and fully understanding a complex situation. And to me, money is a mystery. I'm terrible with money. I always need help with money. So Cancer, if this is something that appeals to you, something that you have been thinking about, this weekend says you're supposed to do it. You are supposed to take control and become that economic power, the king of your castle. So definitely look into something like that. If it's not available this weekend, this is just saying that it's something that you should pursue. And definitely this is like a lifelong thing. So not just this weekend. Get your money together, get your financial ducks in a row. And the challenge cards that you have say that that is going to happen. You are going to have some clarity, and you are going to learn how to move forward and keep your money working for you. So Cancer, a big financial weekend for you, financial epiphany, possibly even. And now we have our Pisces. And so our Pisces, very sensitive and dreamy. So let's hope this weekend is holding something dreamy for you, something nice, something pleasant. We start out with an emotional card. We start out with the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. So with the Eight of Cups, starting out with that emotional card, the Eight of Cups is speaking to a turning point. So you're going to be making a decision to change for the better. So for our Pisces, because you tend to be a little self-sacrificing, this decision might involve someone else, someone that you feel needs your assistance, someone that you feel that you need to do this for. So just be wary, even though it is a turning point. It might not be for the best for you or the person that you're trying to help. We see the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is speaking to good luck and prosperity, your ability to enjoy the little things and know that you are doing the best that you can with what you have. So you always feel like you're successful, and that's a very good thing. So that does speak to your Eight of Cups, saying that you're going to make a decision for the better and hopefully to help someone else. And then we have the Queen of Wands, and that's your action card. And the Queen of Wands is speaking to a vibrance, inspiration, and just being very optimistic about what's happening for you. So all of those things together speak to a very positive and very engaging weekend, because obviously you're trying to help someone, but it looks like everything is going to work out to your benefit with that. And because you have that mindset where you feel successful pretty much all the time, you feel like you are getting things done and that you are making a difference. So helping that person in the Eight of Cups, I see that is going to be your goal this weekend, to do good for others. And then with the Queen of Wands, again, just that sense of kindness, probably offering good advice to this person. So it might not be a physical or something that you actually have to manifest, just good intention and good advice. For some people, that's all they need, is to hear your opinion and to hear what you think about their current situation. And oftentimes that's all they need. So again, it wouldn't have to have anything to do with money per se, but that situation where you have that mindset that you are successful already and probably passing that on to someone else. So a very, very insightful and positive weekend as far as helping someone else. And last but not least, our Scorpios. So with our Scorpios, very intense personalities. And so let's see what we're starting with for you guys. Oh, the Sun. Awesome card to have. Oh, and the World and the Ace of Cups. So very, very joyous, very pleasant weekend for our Scorpios. Starting out with the Sun, it just represents happiness and success, security, just a sense of well-being overall, like everything is great. So I can't think of a better way to start the week, the weekend, your day, end your day. I want to get the Sun for everything. And then the World. The World also represents joy, a sense of accomplishment, celebration, and material gains most of the time. So whatever you're doing this weekend is going to be something you thoroughly enjoy and something that's going to bring you great pleasure and great pride. And then you've got the Ace of Cups. So with the Ace of Cups speaking to love, relationships, being able to overcome any heartbreak that you might have recently suffered, just a very extremely positive weekend for you Scorpios. So that intense and very penetrating way that you approach things, this weekend it sounds like it's just going to go away. You are just going to be bowled over by wonderful experiences, wonderful emotions, very, very positive in every way. Not just emotion, even though you have the Ace of Cups, but anything you do. There's material gains on the horizon for you this weekend, and you're just going to feel like everything you touch is gold. That's a great way to put it. You have that golden touch. Everything you do this weekend, if something seems like it's going to go wrong, it's going to end up being great. If you end up running late for something, it's going to turn out that show you were running late for actually started late. You are going to be the person with the golden touch this weekend. So pretty much the sky's the limit. You could do anything you want this weekend, Scorpio, and it's going to turn out great. You're going to have an awesome time. Doesn't matter if you're running late. Doesn't matter if people beg off. You're going to end up doing something that you are going to love doing by yourself, or you didn't realize that you would actually love doing this by yourself. But just by happenstance, you're going to have that opportunity, and it's going to turn out well. So I can't think of a better way to put it. Just perfect weekend, no matter what happens. So at least from your point of view, it's going to seem like it's perfect. And then the material gains, I think that's going to be more emotional, more, even though it may be material, it's not going to be something like money. I don't think it's going to be money. I think the material gains for you this weekend are going to be emotional, physical, luck. You're just, everything that you need to fall into place is going to fall into place this weekend. And so your gains will be material, but not money. I don't see money. I just see really good things for you. So that is what I see for my Scorpios this weekend. And so that's what I've seen for the cards this weekend and what they've been saying to me. Remember, essentially, we all have a divine purpose. Embrace your future and live your dreams. Farewell.